Shalom everyone, I hope that you're doing fabulous. Thanks for joining for a general reading. So I know you're looking at the ceiling right now because I'm sitting on the bed and I really didn't want to be on the camera, and I was going to try to put my camera on my bed so you could see the cards, but I'm just going to put the cards in the screen as they come out, so it is what it is. So anyway, welcome back, those of you who are returning back, and those of you who are new, I'm glad to have you. My name is Shannon, and I'm a channel that looks at all kinds of stuff that could be disturbing at times. I look at criminal activity. Most of the time I'm focusing on negative energy to see what's going on in the spiritual realm so that we can uproot it by the word of Elohim. I'm not a religious person or a religious channel, but I could come across real heavy that way. I do walk by the word of Elohim. The scripture is actually found in the tarot, and so you'll just have to learn me as we go. I read my cards a lot differently than a lot of people. I'm just straightforward, and I feel energy, and sometimes the energy flow can be just over the top. I have to just learn me, okay? But I'm glad to have you if you do stay and all of that. So anyway, let's just go ahead and see what's going on. I tried to do a reading on my Spoon channel just a minute ago, and so if it seems a little flighty, it's just been a long day. But I'm just by myself, and I just wanted to check the energy and stuff like that. Some of you all have told me that you don't have Spoon. I guess where you live, you don't get that app. I don't know if that's changed since the last time. I've heard a couple of you guys tell me that, but sometimes I get on here and just say what came out on the reading, and somebody is dealing with, I guess, somebody who will not take no for an answer for some of that energy that was coming out, and Jehovah Elohim says to tell the person no anyway. Somebody's a known liar. They're not respected. Something's taken place around an error, a double error somewhere, around some ordeal, whether it be at work or in your family or whatever it was. But somebody's dealing with somebody that has a dirty mind. That came out in that reading as well. And somebody wants to go slow within some matter, but they're a known liar. They're filthy dirty within matters. And so Jehovah said to tell the person no. Now that ain't going to be for everybody's case, and so obviously need to connect with the Great One, and you will know if that is for you or not. Okay, but somebody is dealing with somebody. I mean, the law was out there as well. It came out in wording. FBI came out in wording as well. So we're dealing with people who's got legal matters going on, because I look at that kind of energy. But anyway. So I won't take away from the energy that I just read for in the now, or whenever you are listening to this message, but that kind of energy was coming out. So, all right. The Three of Swords did appear in that reading, and it just literally jumped out on my lap. Okay, I want to get focused really quick before we get into this. Thank you, Jehovah Elohim, for this day. And I just ask for your presence to just come on in here and just speak to our hearts. Those who need a message, then you just comfort them and lead and guide them by your Holy Spirit and whatever's going on. Somebody's heartbroken. So, this card just came out just a minute ago. It was in a different deck, but the Three of Swords was there. Somebody's just, they're guilty for some type of heartbreaking, lying stuff. And, that's a really sad card there. So it's coming out. Well, what else do you want to bring out here? The Six of Swords. And this shows people in a boat. This is a publicity card as well. Somebody could be very anxious with all this energy coming out. Okay, but this is leaving troubled waters behind. This is obviously taking a trip as well. You could be dealing with somebody from overseas. Some type of communication is very heartbreaking. We see all of the swords coming up out of the water, and swords are your thoughts and words and things like that. And something's taking place with even a family on a trip, or we know that there's been things by water that's taken place. Then so be it. Then there's something really heartbreaking out here with this energy coming out. Okay, but we do see somebody leaving troubled waters behind. We also have the Three of Wands that just came out, and this is about, we do see that ship here as well, and somebody's trying to manifest ideas to come into them. Something has been traded for some people when we see the Three of Wands, enterprising, things like that with this energy. If some people are moving past something that has been heartbreaking, then great. Then somebody is bringing that ship into them. There's third parties out here with the Three of Swords and the Three of Wands. What else am I trying to bring out here, Jehovah? Thank you. The Four of Cups. Some people see that cup, and some people are in apathy and don't give a rip, and they're in la land all the time. Okay, we got those Three Cups down here, so there's been third parties and stuff. This is also a rejection card, and like I said, Jehovah said to tell somebody no. They're not used to being told no. The card said that they don't take no for an answer, but Jehovah says to tell somebody no. This is a rejection card, and I don't care how much they cry and say let's go slow at something. Somebody's dealing with a known freaking liar, okay, that really don't care, and whatever their ulterior motive is for some people who's dealing with a habitual liar, then you're dealing with somebody who don't have any emotions, because this card is somebody who don't care. Okay, they're in la land because we've been seeing a lot of medical or mental stuff, and somebody does need a physician. Their brain is fried within matters. This is somebody who's contemplating something. Again, traded for it, trying to make something happen here, okay, because of some trip or some type of publicity or whatever's taking place. I mean, there's something very sharp down here and very emotional in the water. Okay, so something like that is here. There is something around travel. At the bottom of the deck was the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands also came out in that other reading just a minute ago. Somebody's stuck. I'm stuck. What can I do? How can I get it done? Okay. Show me the Six of Swords, please, Jehovah. Show me what's that Six of Swords there for? The King of Cups. Well, people, this King of Cups for the last 3 days that I've read keeps coming out. He's had snake around him. I mean, if this person's in the upright, then great. All the, people who are intelligent in their emotions, then great. But somebody's dealing with an all-time manipulator. Okay, given what, what's coming out. Again, this is about love situations for some people, because that's what the King of Cups represents. Somebody who is very much intelligent in their emotions, and they would be caring and giving and stuff like that if that's in the upright. But somebody's not. There's been third party, and somebody doesn't have any emotions at all. They don't care for some of you all, and they've traded some stupidness, and they've done some nasty on some ordeal, and they're just an all-time king of manipulation. Okay, again, that ain't gonna be for everybody. There are love matters around some situation, and it's a broken heart, and so whoever's got the dirty mind that Jehovah was talking about and is an all-time manipulator and a liar, and then everybody knows that somebody's a liar and they're not respected, then so be it. We've got the King of Cups coming out here. Whoever that person is that keeps coming out in your world, or whoever's energy this is. The Eight of Swords. And somebody is mental. They're stuck. This is a stuck card. I'm stuck. Okay, I'm stuck. What can I do? Okay, I need to trade something. Somebody's trying to move on past some stormy waters. Okay, out here. You need to move on past the stormy waters and not let this person, whoever's energy that I'm picking up on, get to you. I don't care how much the person moves you, because the King of Cups knows how to move people with their emotion. Okay. We got a lot of anxiety out here on somebody, or somebody's dealing with prison or being incarcerated or something like that. Okay, because the prison card came out this morning. Okay, literally the sun is here. The sun rune came out in that reading just a minute ago. This is a forcible overthrow. The sun is pride and conceit and ego, if that's in the negative, but we are dealing with some type of a love situation when the sun card comes out. Government was really there within, you know, the wording, the FBI and stuff like that. So the sun goes back to government, and a forcible overthrow is something. This is like something right up in your face. If we're dealing with publicity and the Six of Swords represents, you know, publicity, then we do know that the sun card is fame and glory and publicity and stuff like that as well. Children are involved in some things as well. But this will be a victory if somebody forcibly overturns something here. Underneath the sun card, okay, well, this is interesting. Underneath the sun card is the King of Swords, very sharp individual. So we have two kings out here. This is, you know, either somebody's ex, or obviously it is government and the law. The Justice card is here. So again, it was really coming out just a minute ago as well. So the King of Swords would cut somebody away if this person's in the negative, and that's who you're dealing with. And the King of Cups is in the upright, or both these people are in cahoots with some situation as well. This person's in debauchery in the negative. Okay. There has been war out here. We are done with war matters with government and stuff, because the Falcon goes back to that kind of stuff as well. Somebody could play for the Falcons as well with sports, then so be it. Let's just take some words out here. Jehovah, you just pick through my hands whatever needs to be said for any good person with all this energy. You like to forewarn and tell things before they happen, so we will just take your advice. Whatever needs to happen, give somebody the courage to stand up against the person that needs to stand up against a known liar. I'm taking several cards so that we can get some stuff out here. All right. Okay, we have something about ignorance out here. The word ignorance is out here, which means somebody who don't have any wisdom, people. The King of Swords and the King of Cups represent kings, people who should know. But again, if they're in the negative and they're not upright and they're stuck within matters, they don't have no freaking wisdom, then we've got all-time manipulating energy out here and debauchery and hardcore stuff around forceful. This is a very willful energy when the sun comes out in the negative. The Justice card, and there will be justice, and this is truth around something, because somebody is a known liar, okay, given the word that was out here. But this card also represents to bend somebody, okay, so to be forceful, and this is a forcible overthrow. Somebody's dealing with somebody who is ignorant. They don't have no wisdom, okay. Well, let them be stuck. The card says nothing but a drunk. I guess it doesn't really matter if I show these cards in the screen or not, because it actually takes the words and it flips it anyway. But we have wording on this card that says nothing but a drunk. On the other side it says at a concert or a public place. Again, we're dealing with somebody, publicity energy is out here. The King of Swords is a professional of some kind. Okay, kings and queens, and just by right go back to that. Somebody says they're willing to try, and you know, on this card, but just a minute ago the wording came out, let's go slow. And those of you who are dealing with somebody who is going to be upright and they're going to be truthful and stuff like that, and they do have their balance and stuff like that, and then the sun would represent something positive for you. Some people deal with third parties in their way for working on something. So if you want to go slow and you're dealing with somebody who is upright and they're going to tell you the truth, then great. But somebody is dealing with somebody that they need to tell no. Okay, if somebody says no, I'm really willing to try, but they really have an ulterior motive. They're plotting something out here. They've traded some stuff, okay, or it's because they're in the public eye and they're trying to get away with stuff because they're dealing with legal matters out here. Okay, whatever that is, but the word I'm willing to try is out here. Well, you don't need to try, you just need to do it. Okay, there's some type of, so this next card says there's a report out here. Okay, well, somebody had an error somewhere in their work, okay, within some matter, whatever that is. Somebody's got some type of a report or publishing of something, or there's a message here on this card. And for some people that will be good news because the sun is here as well, and the truth is also here. Okay, so we want good, truthful reporting, right? You could be dealing with a reporter. Somebody's also innocent out here on this next card. This card also has a cover of protection written on it. And actually, Jehovah brought out in that other reading just a minute ago that somebody was protected. If you're standing in Him, we're always protected. He is a sun and He is a shield. Okay, Jehovah get the last say, and he'll cover you and I every single time. So Jehovah's really been bringing out for the last week or so a walled place or some type of protection type of energy, or a lot of things about walls. I think I'm getting a couple different things crossed because I'm tired. But we've been getting that kind of energy anyway. On this card, it says a wall that is open. We had like the repair of the breach is what my brain was trying to go to. It just wouldn't come out at first. But this card also has something about a covering of a protection, though, here, as well as it also states that some type of a covered and a hidden thing is also here. Whatever that means. For any good person. This came out, I think yesterday. It found my hands. Wrath killeth the foolish man, and envy slayeth the silly one. Yes, we got fools that we're dealing with that here. The next card says a horrible storm. Okay, well that's the Three of Swords. Somebody's in a horrible storm here. That's the Eight of Swords, because somebody's facing jail, because the Eight of Swords is an incarceration card. That is a horrible storm. We see the prison card today, right? And then the Six of Swords is somebody trying to leave troubled waters behind, stormy waters and things like that. So the card says something around a horrible storm or strong winds, or of a person's rage. Again, I don't care what you got to do. You need to obey what Jehovah said and tell somebody no. They're not used to getting the no factor and push their way. We don't care if somebody gets angry and they're in despair and they're going to have a horrible storm within some words of no to the person. You stand your ground. Jehovah's going to protect you within some matter. Okay. There was a family betrayal around some ordeal. Something happened at a bar or a bar connection. So be it, actually at the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Cups. It shows somebody at a tavern. Okay, so it is here. So we have in wording at a bar showing up. Okay, there's the Tower, a destruction right underneath the Nine of Cups. Somebody is going to get a wish fulfillment. Somebody else is going to get destruction. Okay, this is a paradigm shift when the Tower comes out. Okay, I got two more cards here, and the first one says that in all our ways we need to acknowledge Jehovah, and He's going to make our path straight when we do that. The last card is Proverbs 8, and it says, wisdom speaks excellent things, and the opening of her lips shall be right things. Wisdom speaks truth. And we had somebody who was a known liar, and everybody knew somebody was a liar, and they were not respected, people. And so somebody going to open their mouth, it will be an excellent things that wisdom will speak. Okay, and the opening of somebody's mouth will be right things. They won't be lying. A fool is a prating fool, and we got the other scripture out here stating that this person who is in this horrible state of rage on this card that says a horrible storm, or a person that's in rage and that causes also one to fear. I didn't read that part on the card. I didn't see it a minute ago. That's a fool. Okay, and when the fool opens his mouth, he'll swallow himself up, the scripture says. Let me just say also that I just noticed that the word fear is on this other card with this horrible storm written on it. In the spoon reading, we had the word terror, and we had also the word fear was there as well. So some type of, somebody likes to use their emotions and their roughness and stuff to overpower people. Then apparently I guess that's what Jehovah's trying to say about some situation out here. Doesn't matter, people. We are to be led forth by peace and know that Jehovah is our shield and our buckler. And He said to tell somebody no. And you stand there in your strength in Jehovah's word and watch what He's going to do. Okay? If somebody doesn't have any wisdom, because we have the word ignorance, and then we've got Proverbs 8 coming out here talking about having wisdom. Okay? So use your wisdom and do what the Most High wants you to do. Wisdom speaks excellent things, and the opening of her lips shall be right things. Wisdom speaks truth, and wickedness is an abomination to her. Her words are of righteousness, and no forward or perverseness are found in her lips. And look, somebody had a dirty mind in wording in that other reading just a minute ago. It's amazing, Jehovah, how you speak. It's just amazing. So somebody needs just encouragement. I'm going to take 3 more cards, folks, and we're going to call this a reading. I'm not going to take a rune for this reading. Jehovah, what else do you want to bring out? Give us 3 more cards. Thank you. The first card is the liar card, and anxiety and things like that, the mice. Somebody can go into a trap. Somebody is already trapped out here with the 8 of Swords, the 4 of Cups energy. That somebody already is trapped. So the mice is lies, thievery, stress, problems, things like that. Okay, well, there's somebody out here that's a problem. Give me 2 more cards, Jehovah. The sickle. This is the final verdict. And you know, it's amazing because the 4 of Swords was in that other reading just a minute ago, and I made reference to the 4 of Swords for me as a reader is also somebody under the knife. And so if you're dealing with somebody who's dealing with surgery and stuff, we had the word medical come out today. And actually the King of Swords can also represent a medical person as well. But the sickle can represent surgery. Okay, so whatever that is, it really did come out in the with the 4 of Swords. And I mentioned something about being under the knife. But this card also represents a danger. Okay, something's being cut. There's a final decision somewhere. So, you know, somebody's going to go into a trap and something's going to be overturned and it's going to be positive for somebody else. Then great. Give us one more last message, Jehovah. Somebody's putting it, or you need to, you know, tell the person you're in danger if you come near me because I'm standing my ground. I'm telling you no. It will be the wicked people that are going to be slayed. Okay, that scripture says, wrath killeth the fool. Okay, this is a slaying energy right here in this picture. Okay, so the sickle's on somebody right here, and I guarantee the person that's going to be in fear is the wicked because they have no rest. One more message. Thank you, Jehovah. The Tower. Well, the Tower's here. It's here twice. Somebody got a freaking destruction on them in a very big way. This is also a government card in this deck. And this is a government card as well in the Hebraic language as well, as we know. So we got governmental things. It's also did I just say protection? I don't know. Anyway, it is a protection. This is altering things as well. Okay, so it is time for something here. It is time for something. It's time for the pride and ego to come down. The Tower is the letter Ein, which is the eyeball, and it's you know, so somebody's got some type of known information out here that's been seen. And it's technology, and we had the mobile store come out again. And you know, the last I don't know, a few times I've read, we've really had something about a store, but the mobile store card found my hand today as well. So this goes back to technology and stuff as well. So whatever that is. As well. So if you're also dealing with somebody, you know, over in the Britain, London area, then that's Big Ben there. If you're also dealing with somebody's grandfather, then so because it's a grandfather clock, or if a grandfather clock connection is with somebody's stuff, then so be it. Just bring it out here because it is pictures. Something's about time is here. Okay. At the bottom of the deck is the Child card. This is stumbling up on information. This is somebody's got a childlike brain for some people. Children, somebody maybe you went to school with, whatever that is. Okay, she's also got a net, and the Tet or the Hermit card came out in the spoon reading just a minute ago as well. And we know that means somebody's got a snake in their basket. And like I said, the King of Cups has come out. I think it was yesterday's reading. He had a snake around him as well. If there are interracial things, we have the King of Swords as a black gentleman. And I'm only bringing it up because we have legal stuff. So if you have a fugitive and somebody's on the run because that energy was coming out today, then so be it. Otherwise, then it's just a child card. But we do have a black gentleman and a white gentleman. And in this deck, we have black and white people cards. Okay, so if that means anything, then so be it. If there's interracial types of connections, brothers, half brothers, in-laws, things like that. It's just come through my spirit that way. Doesn't have to. That ain't gonna be for everybody, but it's here. It's just come through my spirit, so I'm gonna give it. But the child card, children and all that stuff that I just mentioned, or school-age children, or things like that. This is what come out for this reading, people. And there's another government card as well. There's Russia now coming out. So we would have Russia and the Britain, London area, and any kind of government when the sun comes out. There's something here with that. There's also somebody very jealous and overbearing. This goes back to your parents as well. Business is also here with this card. We can also take this back to prophecy as well. And then there's the sea. So I'll just say it, folks. The book of Daniel tells us that the beast comes out of the sea, right? There is something going on with a boat situation, because the boat is also showing itself here. Foreign people, foreign places, overseas, things like that as well. But there is something with that. There's also a travel energy. Something with travel is really here. But the book of Daniel tells us that the beast comes out of the sea and eats much flesh and stuff like that as well. So if I really want to go down that vein, I could, but I'm already 25 minutes or more in this video, and I'm going to go to bed now. Big time energy out here, but Jehovah's always true to what he brings out the first time around for confirmation's sake. So you can have to use your wisdom and do what you need to do. Somebody's dealing with somebody who's a known freaking liar and needs to be told no. Don't care if they're in the public eye, who they are. On any level, from government to your somebody's just home, head of household. People, it's time for us to stand up and do the truth. Don't care how heartbreaking it is or how boo-hoo-hoo somebody else is. It's time to get up and bend the wicked where they need to be bent and be set free. Okay, anyway, until next time, y'all. See you in the morning or whenever the next time you catch this channel. Shalom.